Yeah, pretty good. I finished off over in America on a good note. I came back on the Wednesday for the PGA and teed it up on the Thursday, so wasn't great preparation for that week, but I played a little better at Royal Melbourne, and the game seems to be in pretty good shape, so looking forward to this week. Yeah, it was just one of those days where anything could have happened. The delay, I was probably the person most who didn't want to go back out, so it worked in my favour though. I just had a day out where I had no pressure on my short putts. In conditions like that, when you have 4 and 5 footers for pars, that's the most difficult part. And nearly every time I missed a green, I chipped it to a foot. So I had no pressure on. And, to come down the stretch, I knew I had to par the last few holes. And, to do that was very pleasing. Winning back-to-back, it's, if I have a good tournament, I'll be very happy. The guys we've got here this week, exceptional players. Adam Scott hasn't put a foot wrong the last 6 months. We got Jason Day, who's played great last week. And you can never, even though Rory's had a disappointing year for him, you can't count those guys out. It's just good to see that we've had a lot of great players come over this year for our summer. Matt Kuchar and all the other boys, Ricky Fowler at the PGA. So, it's just really exciting for Australian golf to get on the back of what Adam's done this year. The Champions Tour is a great way to finish your career. Every year it gets a little harder. Every year we have 4 or 5 new guys come on the tour. We've got Davis Love, Scott Verplank, Stephen Ames. You've got to finish in the top 30 on the money list, and it's a little bit off your game and you won't make it. I've never lost the enjoyment of playing golf. I look forward to the next day all the time. Even when I'm playing badly, I still look forward to it. So. I gave myself until I'm 56, and then I'll reassess. If I'm not competitive then I want to go away gracefully. I don't want to be a guy just making up the numbers. Well, I've known Adam for quite some time, and growing up, he was at Sanctuary Cove and I was at Hope Island, so we got to see quite a bit of him. I haven't played a lot with him, but he's probably got the best swing out on the tour. He's always been a great ball striker. But since he's gone to the long putter and given himself a little bit of confidence, I think that's aided his long game as well. I don't know whether he's going to adapt to a different method with the long putter. We've still got 2 years to go and come up with a variety of different things, but I think the ruling is going to be very, very hard to police. The no anchoring rule, and your forearm, you can't have your forearm against your body. Now, if I putt with a short putter, I got both forearms against my body. So where do you go on the ruling there? Courses like this, if you can hit it straight, it could bring you in a little bit more. The longer courses, they've definitely got an advantage. Royal Pines the other week, some of the clubs that the boys were hitting in, the guy was hitting in, you just can't compete with them, and you know that. Anybody can shoot a good score playing well. It's shooting a good score when you're not playing so well. And you have those days, and, if you can make a score, and that's what you get to learn in this game. The young guys have still got to learn that. I played with a couple of young guys the last few weeks, and, if they knew where to miss it on certain holes, like at Royal Melbourne, you know where not to go. You play it enough, and, they were missing it in bad spots, and you just can't make par from where they were missing it. So you get to learn things, and I think that's the only advantage.